Hey there, how are y'all doing today? Today we are going to be taking a look at another Oris watch. Um, two Oris watch videos in a row. Um, it's great and it's fun. I love checking out the Orises. They got some new interesting watches for us to take a look at. And that's the warranty card. And here we are looking at the Oris Bracenet collaboration. And this is an Aquis piece. Here's the booklet that kind of talks about Oris, and it talks about the nets. So this is, they call it the net effect. So they make kaleidoscopic dials when they take, wow, yeah, it's a pretty long explanation, but they make these special dials here for the watch, and they would take nets that are, they got from the sea to make the dials. Now, we saw the booklet and everything, all the boring stuff, and let's take a look at the watch. And it's really on there as, take a look at it. It definitely does look a kaleidoscope with all the colors and everything. What they do is they take small green, blue, and white offcuts, and they gently warm them until they melt into the raw material. As they cool, they harden into a thin sheet of material, and then this is cut to size, planed, and sanded down until it's just 0.3 millimeters thick, and the material itself contains no additives, fillers, or glues, and no two dials are the same. So we've seen Oris be creative with the dials before. We had the ocean plastic one. Well, we have the ocean plastic one. This one's coming out. That ocean plastic is still there, but this dial is really quite beautiful. It looks almost like a mother of pearl, but it's not. It's got more intricacy going on there, a lot more with the dial, like I just explained to you. It's kind of got a lot going on the dial, but it's not too much. It's not overwhelming. Some of the plastic ones, it's almost like a tie-dye. This one here is a little more subtle. They've got more of that kind of greenish blue on the watch, and that's kind of like overall in the dial. Now, of course, every dial is slightly different, but everyone I've seen, they kind of have that kind of motif. It's not quite as colorful if you don't like the ocean plastic ones, which have got a lot of color to them. The colors are fun, but everybody's a little different. So if you like colorful, go with the ocean plastic. If you want this one, just kind of like a bright green blue, then I'd go with the Bracenet one here. And you can see the different angles. It's still really easy to read. That's always my thing when I look at a watch, and they kind of come up with these crazy dials sometimes, and that's any watch company. Sometimes you see the dial so busy, so much going on, it's so hard to read the time, to tell the time, and then you're like, okay, so that's the whole main purpose of this watch, is to tell you what time it is, but you got to sit there and like really look through it to kind of find the time. But this doesn't do that. This one, the green is kind of in the background. It's vivid, but then it's also subtle. It doesn't interfere with the timekeeping. Now, there's two different versions of this watch. There's one that's a 43.5 millimeter case, and the other one is more like a unisex size at 36.5 millimeter. The one I'm looking at today, this one here, is the 43.5 millimeter case. And because the dial's got so much going on with that green, I'm kind of glad they went with the bezel without any color, just that kind of stainless steel bezel. It really, because you start adding too many colors, and like we talked about, it's going to be a little busier. And the glass is a sapphire crystal. It's domed on both sides, and it's got the anti-reflective coating. And it's a screwed case back, as usual with the Aquis. And again, this one is the 43.5 millimeter one. And the water resistance on this guy is 30 bar or 300 meters. This movement is the Oris 733, and this one is a 38 power reserve, and it is 26 joule. And here we got a nice side view of the case, and it's a watch that's really distinctive. You know, the Aquis itself, you know, people don't ever talk about it that much, but it lies really flat for a dive watch, and it's actually a really comfortable dive watch because it's not sticking out too much. A lot of times you get a dive watch that's real thick. These Aquis, you know, they lay a little more to the wrist, not like the Aquis Pro. That one's big and chunky. That one, of course, because it's 4,000 meters. This one here, your regular Aquis line, you know, it is really comfortable. You can see the way the lugs are designed to kind of just fit in the right over your wrist. Just that slight curve to them. The bracelet and the case, they're all stainless steel here, and it's got a 2-year warranty that comes with it when you get it from an Oris dealer. And here you can see it on my wrist. Again, this is the 43.5 millimeter. My wrist is about a 7.5 inch wrist, but like you can see it on the wrist here, that green, it's really quite interesting to look at. I do like it. When I first saw it on the you know, in the catalog and on the website, I wasn't too sure if I'd like it or not, because it seemed like it had a lot going on, but wearing it, it just looks cool. You know, if you like to wear you know, like a lot of silver jewelry, you know, something like this looks a little rugged, but that green kind of pops, but then, you know, it's not too bright and kind of like annoying or overwhelming. It just looks good all around. So what I was saying before, it comes with, if you get it from Oris dealer, it's a 2-year warranty, and then you go to My Oris and activate it, and then boom, you got an extra year, so 3 years with that guy. Here you got the lume on it. If you see my videos and stuff before, you know what Aquis looks like in the dark. Just really distinctive with those markers and everything. You know, I like the Aquis line with Oris, and this one is killer. It looks good. You know, when you have a smaller dive watch, when I mean smaller, like not as thick, again, you don't bang it around on the boat and stuff. It fits nice and snug on the wrist. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Again, this one, the Bracenet one, you know, they take ocean nets, they collect them, and then make these dials. That's so cool. Anything we can do to help clean our oceans is much appreciated, just like I appreciate you guys. If anything, check us out at tapalas.com. Have a good one. Thank you.